We're just sitting there, but it's like,
Hi, how are you? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I just want to know how we're thinking.
We'll call you up.
And I know you didn't remember what I had about it.
Yes, of course. Of course you would.
So I just basically called up.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It'll be okay.
Everyone, please get your seat. We're going to start the meeting.
But I just want to say, I'm actually.
Wow, we have a lot of young folks here tonight. That's really nice. Very nice. City Clerk, roll call, please.
Marlene?
Whoops.
Commissioner Castillo?
Here.
Commissioner Good?
I am here.
Commissioner Schwartz?
Here.
Vice Mayor Seifel?
I'm here.
Mayor Ordus?
Here.
City Manager Dodge?
Here.
City Attorney Gore?
I'm here.
We have a quorum.
We stand please for the Pledge of Allegiance, and could we ask one of our young Marines, please, to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Thank you all. We have a very busy agenda tonight, so we're going to get started right away. We have a number of presentations tonight, all good. But before we do that, I normally and we're sorry that the mayor is not here tonight. He was not feeling great, and so decided to just join us by phone. And normally I ask him at this point if I could say a couple of things, and he always allows me to do that. So first off, I just wanted to say that, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say that, and to share with you all some sad news. We, last week, lost someone in Broward County that a lot of you may not have known or would have not heard of his name, but he certainly has had a great influence on all of our lives, and that was Senator Howard Foreman, who passed away last week. And the story in the newspaper, the headline in one of the articles by Steve Bosquet was his heart was bigger than Broward, and all that would mean to you all. He was started out as a Hallandale Beach city commissioner, was a Broward County commissioner for a number of years, and then was a state senator, at which time he took that job so very seriously and was the biggest defender of folks that didn't have anyone to speak for them. We are very privileged here in Pembroke Pines to have, at the corner of University and Pembroke Road, that beautiful campus that is there, and it is named as the Howard C. Foreman Human Services Campus. And I can't think of anyone that is more deserving of having had that campus named after him. And everything that happens in that campus is designed and works towards health and human services for all of us. He led so many law changes that came about, and again, like I said, specifically for those who had no one to speak for them. He was always the voice there, and passed a tremendous amount of bills. Most folks every session would maybe file 10, maybe. He would file 50 or 60, and he'd get a good percentage of them passed, and it was a lot of hard work back then. Things were a little different in Tallahassee at that time, but he was very, very successful, and his success made life, quality of life for so many of us to be very successful as all. He was also the clerk of court for 16 years and served there as well. So his whole life was dedicated to public service, and he truly was a public servant. So if we could have a moment of silence, I would appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you all. Two other little things before we get moving forward. This Saturday night, I don't know what y'all are doing, but you should be here seeing Elvis, because Elvis is going to be here in the house putting on a fabulous performance. Tickets, Mr. Bonilla is here, and you can see him about tickets. And it is a big fundraiser event for our charter schools, but it is just going to be one heck of a good, fun night to come out and enjoy some good music and great entertainment. So please come out and support that. We just had our 12th in the series of forums for our Raising Positive Children this past week, and it was a really, really great event. We had over 1,000 parents that were there, family members and parents that were there, and as always, the message was driven home, and we've gotten fabulous response from everyone about asking, when is the next one, because we want to come back and see another one. And my last thing is, today I had the privilege of doing something very special at the Carl Schechter Senior Center. We had a young lady, Sarah Guerrero, who turned 100 today, and so we were all there celebrating her 100th birthday. And what I learned about her was that in Mexico, as a young girl, she was quite the dancer. And so her family that was there, and she had a huge family that was there, dressed her in some of her dance attire that she had many years ago. And at 100 years old, she was on the dance floor, and people were not able to keep up with her. I'm telling you, it was absolutely amazing. So everyone, can we say happy 100th birthday to Miss Sarah Guerrero, please? Happy birthday, Miss Sarah. Amazing. She was an amazing woman. Yes, yes, yes.
Vice Mayor.
Commissioner Schwartz?
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I rise and for a point of personal privilege. Our world has gotten a lot more complicated in the last 14 days since the last time we met. So I would like to have a moment of silence for peace, for our human race. If we could do that, please. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Castillo, is your light on?
I was just going to say, I was just going to add to what you said about Senator Foreman. When I was first elected, I asked Senator Foreman and Commissioner Diana Wasserman Rubin to swear me in. They both were greatly encouraging of me to run for public office, which wasn't something I was thinking about doing before then. And he was really a great guy, and always so kind, and so he had a forceful way of living a gentle life, and he will be missed. Very few people like him, and anyone who knew him knows what I'm saying. He's a very, very special man. He will be missed.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't say, and I had the privilege of working for him when he was in the Senate. And I will tell you what a great mentor he was. And then I was his chief administrator when he was the Broward County Clerk of Courts. So again, a lot of picking up on his how you do things and how you do things the right way. So he will greatly be missed, for sure, for sure. So we have some presentations tonight. We'll get into the presentations, right? And fire. These are the winners of the annual Fire Prevention Week poster contest from our local schools.
Wow.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dodge, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, and City Administrators. My name is Daniel Almager, Division Chief and Fire Marshal here for the City of Pembroke Pines Fire Rescue Department. I'm also privileged to have Fire Chief Marcelino Rodriguez here and Assistant Fire Marshal Brian Natina. So the reason we're here today, since 1922, the National Fire Protection Association has sponsored the public observance of Fire Prevention Week. In fact, Fire Prevention Week is the longest running public health observance in our country. Children, adults, and teachers share and learn life safety practices to keep our communities safe during this time. This year, children from our local schools, ranging from kindergarten to 5th grade, submitted over 700 posters and dioramas for this traditional fire department contest. It is my honor to represent the great city of Pembroke Pines as the Fire Marshal, and I'm really excited to announce and present the awards of our first through third place winners for this year's Cooking Safety Starts With You contest. So as the children hear their names, I'll ask them to please stand up, come to the podium, so they can receive their awards from our fire chief. All right, so if we're ready, we'll start over with kindergarten. Jaden Galvez. There you go. Have them stand over there and. Leah Suarez, second place. Our third place winner couldn't be here, but that's Aaron Ali. For first grade, first place, Ethan Florian. Second place, Marcela Aquino. Third place, Sloan Fortes. Second grade, first place, Dionela Huerta. Second place, Kiara Fiera. Third place, second grade, Niera Lewis. There you go, Niera. First place, third grade, Habab Adi. Right here. Nope, got you there. You wanted to. Second place, Nathan Florian. Unfortunately, our third place winner couldn't be here, but that was Alyssa Bersarius. Fourth grade, first place, Ariana Rivera. Second place, Mia Romero. You got it there. Third place, Amira Nieves. And rounding up fifth place, first place is Sofia Valenzuela. Second place, Michelle Cruz. And last but not least, Nia John. Yep. Absolutely, that's what we were just gonna ask.
Parents, this is your time.
All right, everybody.
Congratulations to all the winners.
Everybody, to the aisle. All right, one more action when everybody, 1, 2, 3, put your hands up and say, yeah, we won, yeah. Good job, everybody. Congratulations. All right,
How are you? Thank you, dear. Danny, nice to see you.
Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you all. Thank you. Congratulations again to all the winners.
now we know why you got a haircut, Dan.
Nice.
we have, is it on now?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so we have a very special presentation this evening, a certificate of recognition to a young gentleman that's here. There you are. Can you come on down, please? Besides being a nice young gentleman, look how handsome he is. This is a certificate of recognition for Akash Suresh. Okay. Akash Suresh is a 12th grade student at our Pembroke Pines Charter High School. And this is from the mayor. So as the mayor of the city of Pembroke Pines, and on behalf of the City Commission, I would like to congratulate Akash for receiving the Daily Point of Life Award. The Daily Point of Life Award, established by Point of Light's founder, the late President George H.W. Bush, recognizes the power of individuals and groups to spark change and improve the world. Your volunteer efforts honor the legacy of this award, demonstrating the power of individuals to use their time, talents, and resources to be one of the most constructive forces in your civic life. Earlier this year, Akash also received the Presidential Service Award from the Joshua Hartz Foundation for his dedicated volunteer work. The City of Pembroke Pines wishes you the very best in your future endeavors. Please continue to serve others as a model to change the world through kindness, teamwork, and determination. And it is signed by Mayor Frank C. Ortis. So I'd like to present that to you. But as they say, but wait, there's more. There is more. So, who's going to come in? Who wants to come down to present this? I should read it? Okay. All right, I'll read this. Dear Akash, congratulations on being selected as a Daily Point of Life Award honoree. The Daily Point of Life Award, established by Point of Light's founder, the late President George H.W. Bush, recognizes the power of individuals and groups to spark change and improve the world. You exemplify this power. Your volunteer efforts honor the legacy of this award, demonstrating the power of individuals to use their time, talents, and resources to be one of the most constructive forces in civic life. For your extraordinary efforts, we thank you. Points of Life is a global nonprofit that inspires, equips, and mobilizes people to take action that changes the world. Through the continuing legacy of the Daily Point of Life Award, we recognize and celebrate individuals across the U.S. who stand up and say, I can help. With each individual who takes action, we create healthy communities in vibrant, participatory societies and fulfill President Bush's enduring idea. And then it gives you a website that you could go to, and we'll put that up somewhere. To learn more about the award program, you can see your name on the roster of honorees and learn more about the other work that this group does. We appreciate your dedication to service. Your efforts are a remarkable example of the generosity and compassion that make our communities stronger and better. Thank you for being a shining point in your community. We are honored to have you among our Daily Point of Life honorees, and it is signed by Neil Bush, who is the chair of the Points of Light, and Diane Quest, who is the interim president and CEO, Points of Light. And you also are getting Daily Point of Light Award, honoring individuals and groups creating meaningful change in communities across America. This award is, they're numbered. That's how exclusive this group is. These awards are numbered. This is number 7627 across the whole country, okay? August 28, 2023 was when your number was chosen. And it is now presented to you. And again, it is by Diane Quest, who's the interim president and CEO, and Neil M. Bush, who is the chair of the Points of Life. And this is the Daily Point of Life Award, number 7627.
Congratulations, Amog. Great job. And thank you to the City of Pembroke Pines for supporting Amog and also its principal. Thank you so much. Amog is just a wonderful student. Akash is there. I'm so sorry. Akash is such a wonderful person, and I'm so thankful to have him in our midst and to support the community. He's always willing, and he's always able and always taking on so much. So we appreciate you, Akash. And we thank you so much. Now you have to say.
Of course, yeah. Thank you, Vice Mayor Seipel, for having me, and thank you for all your kind words, Claudia. Also, thank you to Mayor Ortiz, wherever you are, I'm not too sure. And thank you to the rest of the commission for having me here today, as well as thank you to Mr. Bear.
Thank you, I'm here.
And thank you to Mr. Bear and the whole Pembroke Pines Charter System for giving me an opportunity to cultivate my growth and just become a better person overall. And of course, Joshua's Heart Foundation for just making me an overall better person and allowing me to exemplify my service work throughout the world, in India, and just through my interest as well. If you guys have any questions about Joshua's Heart, please feel free to ask. And of course, I can't forget my parents. Thank you to my parents for being here and always supporting me. So.
Parents need to come down.
Parents come down for a picture. Congratulations. Thank you. I'll see you around school. Okay, the next one. We have a proclamation for National Red Ribbon Week. Gentlemen. Whereas communities across America have been plagued by the numerous problems associated with illicit drug use and those that traffic in them, and whereas there is hope in winning the war on drugs, and that hope lies in education and drug demand reduction, coupled with the hard work and determination of organizations such as the Young Marines of the Marine Corps League to foster a healthy, drug-free lifestyle. And whereas governments and community leaders know that citizen support is one of the most effective tools in the effort to reduce the use of illicit drugs in our communities. And whereas the red ribbon has been chosen as a symbol commemorating the world of Enrique Kiki Camarena, a drug enforcement administration agent who was murdered in the line of duty and represents the belief that one person can make a difference. And whereas the Red Ribbon Campaign was established by Congress in 1988 to encourage a drug-free lifestyle and involvement in drug prevention and reduction efforts. And whereas October 23rd through 31st, 2023 has been designated National Red Ribbon Week, which encourages Americans to wear a red ribbon to show their support for a drug-free environment. Now, therefore, I, Frank C. Ortiz, as Mayor of the City of Pembroke Pines, do hereby proclaim October 23 through 31, 2023, as National Red Ribbon Week in the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, and urge all citizens to join me in this special observance. And so these are two very young and handsome Marines in their uniforms that are here today to talk to us a little bit about Red Ribbon.
First of all, I want to say thank you to the City of Pembroke Pines for the proclamation. Second of all, basically to speak on the Red Ribbon Week, my unit and other units across the country always run a 5K to represent the drug-free life. We also do pledges that we send our young Marines to go to their schools and educate their fellow classmates, to talk to them about what Kiki Camarena did and supported, and so that they can also wear the red ribbon throughout the week of Red Ribbon Week, and for everyone to know like it also educates the younger population of America to know what the consequences are about drugs, and so that they can say no to drugs.
Thank you so much. Listen, shouldn't we be so very, very proud of our young folks to stand up and say, you know, certain things are just not acceptable, and here's a better way of life, and I'm going to be that example. So we're very, very proud of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here's a good one coming up here. It's a certificate of appreciation, and if I could have the North Perry Community Association and Experimental Aircraft Association come up.
Come on up, Tony. You can
Tony.
take it on behalf of the
Come
organization.
on, you've never been shy before. Come on. This is a certificate of appreciation from the City of Pembroke Pines. The City of Pembroke Pines Commission would like to recognize the North Perry Community Association and the Experimental Aircraft Association, the EAA, for supporting the 4th annual Young Eagles Airport Day on Saturday, November 4th, 2023. And this certificate is signed by Mayor Frank C. Ortis, and I would love to be able to present it to you. And
Vice Mayor, we're going to play a little quick video and then comments, okay? Yep, I have some video. Yep, so if the boys in the back can get my screen up, I'll click the button. Okay, here we go. We can hear, but we can't see. So we have the technical difficulties to move the live entertainment along. How about we have Eddie speak, and then we'll have Tony.
Well, the NPACA thanks you all for this wonderful, prestigious award. The president, which is Eddie Love here, is doing a wonderful job, and we want to invite all of you on November 4th to the North Perry Airport for our rally, our Young Eagles rally. We'll have food, we'll have different vendor booths that you would see, that the airport is part of your community. You're welcome into the airport. I know it has a lot of fences, but that doesn't stop you from coming in. We want you, and we want to see you, and we're going to have a wonderful affair. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Tony. I just want to share one quick story. This is our 4th year introducing youth in Pembroke Pines to aviation through the power of discovery flights. A young person gets to go up in a plane and kind of hopefully ignite the passion that will lead to a career in aviation. And just yesterday, I received a phone call from Neil Morrison. He was a varsity football player at Pines Charter, and it was a 6 a.m. phone call, which is very unusual. He was calling me from Tokyo, that he had just finished his IOE, initial operating experience, on a 777. He's now a United First officer who learned to fly here at Pembroke Pines at North Perry Airport, and is now starting a career with United Airlines at 24.
Awesome, yeah. Awesome. Vice Mayor, I think we have the video ready to go. Yep.
Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Well, in the air, you could feel the difference in density of the air, and it was also amazing how you could see everything. That was amazing.
Young Eagle 93 Whiskey, taxi via Lima to the ramp.
To the ramp, and on behalf of the organization, just want to say thank you to everyone in the tower today.
Oh, we're doing our best.
And they sure do.
All right.
Thank you so much, Vice Mayor.
Thank you, guys. So everybody, please come out November 4th. What time?
At 8:30 in the morning.
Eight- From 10 to 2 sounds better than 8:30 in the morning. But November 4th, come out and be a young eagle. Be a young eagle. Fly up there and be a young eagle. So thank you, guys.
That's not all those old guys back there. Young Eagle.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Iris.
Thank you, Tony. Good to see you again. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay.
And Vice Mayor, we do have one more presentation I'm sure you're aware of, and we have Ms. Stella Tokar. She can make her way down for,
Yeah.
keep us moving along. Come on down, Stella, because as the mayor says, we need to get this thing efficient. Right, Mayor? Just hit the microphone. Right.
You gotta turn it on.
There you go.
There it is. Good evening, Mayor and Vice Mayor, Commission, City Manager, staff. Thank you once again for allowing us to give a report on this very exciting program that we're working together on. First of all, I want to thank you for those of you on the dais that have since May's presentation, called me or stopped me and asked me questions about the program, how things are going. I've spent some time individually with some people, and I appreciate that because it's a work in progress, and it's going very well. So allow me to just remind you on the slide, there's only one slide in the presentation. It just has the core objectives of the program that we agreed on back in May, April and May when we first spoke about this. The criteria are those 4 items there. The backup you have is the short version, the Reader's Digest version of the updates of the report. You have previously already received the entire strategic plan, which is very detailed, and I won't dig into that this evening. I'll just keep it short. So on those 4 items, I'm just going to go through each one and give you an idea of what is taking place so the community can know as well. Number 1, calculate the veteran population residing in the city. And we had a report that was part of your backup as well of all the census numbers from the VA. There's a website on the FDVA website where one whole page is constantly data dumped from the VA at the national level so we can keep the numbers current and rather than the census for 10 years. So that's part of your backup in some of the pages. So those numbers are available. And I drilled down specifically just for Pembroke Pines. It took a while to do that, but this is big report, a lot of moving parts. So you have the male and female population broken down between the two right here in this area. And then it also gave some numbers on businesses. So that's part of your report. There's around 5,300 businesses that are related to veteran-friendly in hiring or veteran-owned. And we broke out the women veteran-owned businesses as well. So you have those numbers in the backup. So the city is hosting a Veterans Day. To meet the first objective, the city is hosting a Veterans Day event. Staff's working on that. Staff, by the way, that I'm working with, Assistant City Managers Stam and Christine Sorensen, are amazing. Thank you for those appointments. conversations are robust and going very well. For objective number 2, identifying the veteran-owned businesses and creating a database designation for the businesses, this has been exciting because Mr. Stam has recreated the application for businesses, and a designated area is on the application for veterans to be identified. Along with that, the Chamber of Commerce has started a veteran committee as part of the Chamber, and I have joined that committee so I can be in the know, so to speak, and offer any assistance along the way that I can. And that's going very well as they get started strategically. Sorry, I lost my screen. Strategically in what they want to do to enhance not only the MOU, but really kind of doing their own strategy of how they're reaching out and staying in touch with the veteran population. The third objective, distinguish the employers that are actively hiring veterans. This is pending conversations with individuals, organizations, and leadership as the Chamber supports that effort, and I continue to have conversations with city staff because that's a little trickier, but it is in movement in going forward. And the last objective, developing a plan on how to engage the veterans and the entire population, how to sustain the relationships that are being created through this program. And again, the strategic plan is very specific on some things that we're going to be doing for the near future. And I won't go through that list of things, but all 4 items are active in conversation. The strategic plan spells out each little step that is planned, and as we move along, we make adjustments on what's working and what's not going to work so well. The numbers that you have in this report also are supported with a link for each. There's 2 links in the report that if you want to take a deep dive yourself into some of those numbers, you're welcome to do that, and those links are active. And then you also have a project event list in front of you. I'm not going to read it completely, but there are several events between the Chamber, the FDVA committee that I serve on at the state level, and the city have all joined together to create a calendar for those outreach moments and relationship building with our veteran community. For example, just yesterday was the expo, and that's on the list as well. So you'll see 4 or 5 items there that are similar in nature to get in front of the veteran community. So there's been a lot of activity. Wanted you to hear about it, wanted the community to hear about it. It's forward moving. But as we stated in May, it's going to be a slow process. This is not an easy community to rally or to get in front of. So thank you for the support, and the staff has been amazing to work with. Are there any questions?
Ms. Tokar, I want to say thank you again. I was actually at the Veterans Expo yesterday and spent quite a little bit of time walking around talking to not only those that were there with tables and handing out information, but those that were there looking for information and opportunities that as a veteran they should be entitled to have, but they just need to know where to find all of this stuff. So it was very well attended. A lot of people were coming in and out through there, and they really looked like they were taking a lot of time and having some real discussion with folks. There were quite a variety of vendors that were there at tables. I saw your big Mission United was there as well. And again, this city is very much involved in our veterans' lives and lovingly do so. We owe a lot to all of them for sure. And as an Army veteran wife, I appreciate all of that. Now, with a grandson who's in the Marines, I appreciate it a whole lot more, you know?
Sure.
But we do as a city, and thank you, though, for all that you put into this, because you put your heart and soul into it, and it's very much appreciated. So, colleagues, comments?
Yes.
Commissioner Good?
Yes, thank you, Vice Mayor. I just want to say to Adjunct General Tokar,
There you go.
thank you for your
That's the
service.
title, yeah.
Thank you, and thank you for that promotion.
I'll be quick. Ms. Tokar, man, look back, 12 years now, right? 12 years sitting at Mission United when we were just having veterans returning from home, and you're like, we got to do something. So Pembroke Pines got started, and we did the job fair, and I want to thank Jay Schechter and his staff for never forgetting them. The only year that we didn't have it was COVID, but just continue to drive forward to make sure we have gainfully employed. And then we have the housing at the Howard Foreman campus, those transitioning from service to back to civilian. It's not easy, but it's easy in Pembroke Pines because we have the support for them. And then finally, for our businesses, the procurement credit for veteran-owned businesses. I'm grateful for your leadership in allowing me to bring these to the dais, and now we have a really good thing happening here. I know it's slow, but it's deliberate because you want to get it right the first time, and I have you back 1,000%. Thank you.
Thank you for that support.
Yeah. Commissioner Castillo? Sir.
I want to recognize my colleague, Commissioner Good, because early in his tenure, he had an idea to reserve parking spots for veterans in front of buildings. And I have to tell you, I know a lot of veterans, and many of them are sort of sheepish to use it. But the sign is there, and people see the sign. And they remember that the whole point of it wasn't so much the parking space, it was about respect, and about inclusion, and about remembering when someone does something for you, something that too many of us forget. I don't forget. And Commissioner Good didn't forget. And so I'm very, very thankful for that, and for everything that you're doing, and then for everything that the veterans are doing. The job fair was fabulous. I wish we could have had more people there, but everyone who was there was well taken care of, and it was done respectfully and caringly. So it's a big success, and I'm thankful to you.
Thank you. The events list that you have in front of you there are some really creative venues there, and I encourage you to read through it and support them. I will say in closing that there have been several conversations since we last met publicly in May where collaboration between Mission United and the city was very strong, and in continuance of supporting each other, we housed a family through Mission United when the city had an opening at the Foreman Center in that house, and so immediately there was connection, and we got a family right in there. So that was pretty exciting. And there have been a few instances of services between Mission United and the city where we've taken care of some needs that veteran families have come up to ask about. So the partnership continues. Thank you so much for already being a veteran-friendly city, and I think this is just going to be a great program to spark the rest of the county. So thank you for your support.
Thank you, Ms. Tokar. We appreciate that always. On with the meeting now. Announcements of items to be pulled from the agenda.
Vice Mayor, item 22 was pulled from the agenda by administration.
Thank you. Items at the request of the public.
We have an item from Mary Stevens, who would like to address the commission.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor,
Name and address,
Commissioners.
please. Name and address, please.
Mary Stevens, 1301 Northwest 192nd Terrace, Pembroke Pines, Florida.
Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your time. I'm here to represent a group called the Florida Right to Clean Water. I'm a volunteer. The group started in April of 2022. We are a nonprofit, nonpartisan group trying to add an amendment to the state constitution to guarantee all Floridians the right to clean water. In August, the Pembroke Pines Environmental Advisory Board voted unanimously to support and endorse the idea that I come before the commission and ask for their endorsement and support of this group and their initiative, which is a petition that we hope to obtain enough signatures to add the amendment to the state constitution. I would like you to now view the video from our group. It explains more about it than I can.
Florida's iconic bays, estuaries, springs, lakes, rivers, and wetlands have long sustained an abundance and diversity of life, reaching back to our indigenous predecessors. The life-sustaining and natural beauty of these same iconic waters have been responsible for our enviable quality of life and economy. It is also our continued legacy. But today, all these waters are under unprecedented threat as a result of a failed regulatory system, which issues permits to pollute to the point of water quality impairment. No state has more acres of polluted water than Florida, and we experience a steady stream of toxic water releases and harmful algal blooms that result in dead zones, wildlife losses, and human health impacts. Clearly, the current regulatory system favors the special interests that pollute our waters and degrade our ecosystems over the natural rights of citizens to clean and healthy water. As a result of the current system's failure, Floridians are turning to a different approach to protect our water-dependent quality of life and economies. This new approach would establish a fundamental right to clean water for all Floridians through an amendment to our state constitution. Legally recognizing the right of people to clean water is a game changer, enabling us to hold our state accountable when it harms or threatens to harm Florida waters by action or inaction. So whether it's looking out onto a pond from a lanai with your morning coffee, enjoying a local spring, fishing, or simply enjoying a sunset walk on the beach, it is time to stand together to protect our enviable quality of life and our responsibility to our children and our grandchildren for 7 generations. Help protect Florida's waters. Go to FloridaRightToCleanWater.org to print, sign, and mail the petition to the Fort Myers address. Then take it a step further and get 5 other Florida registered voters to do the same. We are all in this together. We can make Florida the clean water state.
Thank you for your time watching the video. It sort of tells the story.
Thank you, Ms. Stevens.
I'm hoping tonight that maybe you could vote to endorse and support this this petition to add an amendment to the state constitution.
Vice Mayor?
That's not exactly how it works, but Commissioner Castillo, go ahead.
I'll be bringing the item at our next city commission meeting, so you and I will have a conversation before that. And I want to thank you for coming forward. It'll be on our next city commission meeting.
Okay, thank you.
We have to have an actual item put on with backup and information about it to even, for us to with public notice, obviously. Okay, but thank you, Ms. Stevens, we appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
City Clerk, were there any others?
No, Vice Mayor.
Commission audit report?
No audit report, Vice Mayor.
Appeals of Board of Adjustment decisions.
None, Vice Mayor.
Announcement of board and committee appointments.
No announcements.
Okay. All right, we're going into the consent agenda. Items 1 through 20.
17, please.
That's you. Any other polls? Hearing none, can I have a motion to approve 1 through 20 with the exclusion of item 17?
So moved.
Second? Can I have a second to the motion to approve, please?
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Schwartz, seconded by Commissioner Castillo. Commissioner Schwartz, item 17, please.
We're going to move the
Need a vote.
agenda.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we did. I'm sorry.
Thank
Call
you,
the roll,
Madam
please.
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor.
Commissioner Schwartz?
Yes.
Commissioner Castillo? Commissioner Good?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Seifel?
Yes, please.
Mayor Ordus? Motion passes.
Motion passes, okay. Commissioner Schwartz, item 17 now, please.
Motion to approve the municipal election agreement with the Broward County Supervisor of Elections Office for the March 19, 2024 municipal election in the city of Pembroke Pines.
A motion, do I have a second, please? Second by Commissioner Castillo, was that you?
Yes.
Okay.
Colleagues, I had a conversation with the city manager. The supervisor of elections has failed our community, our senior community. The election precinct reorganization took away the rights for Park Place and Colony Point to have a precinct voting location that they've only known to be displaced, requiring them to go elsewhere at the last election in November. This cannot happen going forward. We want to have the ease of voting, and we have 2 other major condo communities that were not treated the same. In the backup, you can see that there's a proposal of $82,000 with the current agreement that's in front of us. We have already budgeted $117,000, so we have the money. What we need is the cooperation of the supervisor of election to redraw the map for those 2 condo communities and allow them to have voting in their own clubhouses. Therefore, I've spoken with the city manager, and he agreed that we should defer this item to give him the opportunity to negotiate a new agreement so that we can make sure that all of our senior population have the same equal access to the ballot box.
We have a motion on the floor. Are you looking
To defer until the manager brings back the items as requested, which is a renegotiation of the agreement, reestablishing polling locations inside of Park Place and inside of Colony Point?
I would have a question for you.
Sure.
If I could. You mentioned two locations, specifically 2 locations, but it is my understanding that there could be
more.
There could be more. So you're not limiting then this discussion would not be limited to just those 2 that you've mentioned, but to any other communities?
And any and all communities that were negatively impacted by the reallocation of assets that the supervisor election changed.
We have a motion to defer. Do we have a second?
Second, I have a comment.
Go ahead, Commissioner Castillo.
Yeah, I was not made aware of that change, and it's a point well taken. I think that we have to ask staff. I don't need the answer today, but I'd like to see a comparison of before and now, or before and planned, where the precincts were and where the precincts are going to be. I have not been provided that information, so I think the point is well taken. The point is equally well taken that we should look at the entire plan to see what other changes there are. But seniors in particular are vulnerable to being exposed to distances, and when it comes to voting, they should have a voting place that is reasonably close to where they live. So That's the way we have done it here in Pembroke Pines for a very, very long time, and I would like to take a look at why it is that we're not doing it that way. So, Mr. Dodge, if you could just make a note, I'm not asking you for an answer today on how you would assemble that, but I'd like to be able to see, and I'd like all of us to see, by email preferably, a comparison of where the voting precincts used to be and what the proposed new arrangement is going to be. Thanks.
I would have a question for either city manager or city attorney. We're asking for a deferral. Is there any time element that ties into any of this? City attorney.
Madam Vice Mayor, I'm not aware that there's any immediate time frame. The contracts went out just this past week to every municipality,
Right.
Requesting fairly quick turnaround. Whenever the email, I saw the email, it was sent to every city clerk in the county. I'm assuming for discussion, I don't like to assume anything, that there's some limited time if it's still available to open the door for discussion.
Yes.
So then I guess the time would be as reasonably as can be.
Yes, and Vice Mayor, that was something that, when the manager and I spoke about it, I reminded him that when these precincts were smushed together here on the dais on live TV, I expressed my displeasure with the last election and had requested that the manager look at potential transportation, busing, and that sort of thing. And here's the fact: there were less people going to the polls as a result of the supervisor of elections reorganization of our citywide precinct system. That is a fact.
I can't draw that conclusion. All I want is the list.
Commissioner Castillo, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think that we should. I don't think we should do that. Let's
Okay.
just get the list and.
All right, we have a motion to defer, and I think it's pretty clear as to what we're looking for, and to have that info in a reasonable amount of time. So, we don't.
Madam Vice Mayor, if I may just quickly,
Yes, sir.
my colleague, Deputy City Attorney, Mr. Horowitz, indicates that the return date was December 15th, requested by the SOE.
We have plenty of time.
So there is
Yeah, we got-
there's some
yeah,
limited
plenty of
window there.
time. So the motion to defer,
I just had one more comment.
go ahead.
I found it odd that it talked about the March and November elections, but not the August elections. We've actually had more elections in August than we've had in November for various legal reasons. But the language says that if another election is necessary, we can request it. My question is, are the rates different for the August, which isn't itemized as averse to the November? I asked this question of administration, I didn't get an answer to it. So I'm sort of asking you all, if you don't have the answer, can you get back to us and let us know?
Madam Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll get back to you, but usually when you have a standalone election within a city, the city's responsible for the full expense. When you share that with other municipalities, the cost is that much less. That's why a March election, if there are several other elections, is not as expensive as it would be for a special election.
So why wouldn't that be included it wouldn't be included in the agreement because the city
We don't know who's having an election. There could be several cities there that might have an item to go on.
I honestly don't understand that. So this coming August, we will have a countywide election, and this coming November, we will have a countywide election.
Correct.
But in one case, there's a discount, in the other case,
If you ask for a
I don't
special,
understand.
if you ask for a special election, let's say in June, for any kind of referendum that the city was interested in,
right,
and we were the
I'm
only.
not talking about June, I'm talking about August.
Well, August, it would be shared among everyone else. It wouldn't be any different than March.
Then November.
Than November.
Or any, okay, all right. I misunderstood you. I thought you said they were running a sale on November, but not on, not on August.
No, that,
They don't run sales.
Okay, all right.
okay. Thank you, Commissioner.
So now I'm clear.
I think it's been answered that we're looking for
Now I'm
deferral, we're looking for certain information. We know that if special elections, and they're kind of standalone, they sort of call them, you're on for the tab. If
Yeah,
it's
if I
tied
may.
into somebody, then there is a shared cost on
Yes,
that,
and
but,
Vice Mayor, there's a historic cost. The city had a special election to fill a commission seat in August of 2020. Now, the manager and I had a conversation on this item with respect to that cost. When Sue Katz was successful in her mayoral bid in March of 2004, the district seats were the same as they were now. She gave up the opportunity, she resigned her seat to run for mayor. She allowed the District 4 seat to be open and to be filled in March of 2004, thus not creating a special election in August. That wasn't the intent. Unfortunately, she passed away within a month of taking office, which had the city had a special election in which you were elected for the District 3 seat, and Mayor Ortiz, who has served us now as mayor for 20 years, was elected for that. But that was an unforeseen circumstance. I would hope that we would have the same, an unforeseen circumstance where we don't have any need for a ballot for the city of Pembroke Pines in August of 2024, but only one individual can control that. I'd like to move
all
the
right,
question.
no, we're going back on the item. The item is to defer the item before, the consensus from you all is to defer the item before us with some very specific information asked for to be provided to us by the city manager. So that's where we're headed, and I'm just going to take consensus. I'm not going to take a vote on that. Are we all on, because there's been so much added into it, are we all on board as consensus with moving forward with this?
Madam Vice Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I agree with consensus, but very often consensus confuses staff.
All right, let's call the roll on the deferral, please.
So I really don't think we should do things by
Call the roll on
consensus
deferral, please.
Commissioner Schwartz?
Yes.
Commissioner Castillo?
Yes.
Commissioner Good?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Seifel?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We're on to, let me see, item
21.
21. Because we had no second reading, we're at first reading. City Attorney?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor and Commission. Item 21, which for the record is exempt from the provisions of Senate Bill 170, which requires certain documents to be listed with regard to a business impact statement, et cetera, but ordinances such as this, which is a true-up ordinance required by state statute, is not required. Therefore, the disclosure is not also required. It meets the requirements of Chapter 166.041 of the Florida statutes, which is the codification of Senate Bill 170. The ordinance is as follows. A motion to pass proposed ordinance number 2023-14 on first reading. It is an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, amending ordinance number 1997, providing for an amended budget for fiscal year 2022-2023 for the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, providing for conflicts, severability, and providing for an effective date. Item 21 on the floor for consideration. Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor and Commission. 21.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Commissioner Castillo, can I have a second, please?
Second.
Commissioner Schwartz, comments? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Castillo?
Yes.
Commissioner Schwartz?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Seifel?
Yes.
Commissioner Good?
Yes.
Motion passes.
For the record, Madam Vice Mayor and Commission, the item will be heard on second and final reading in these chambers on November 1, 2023. And for the record, the specific subsection of 166 is 166.041 subsection 4A, which will also apply on second reading. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, City Attorney. And item 22 has been pulled by administration. We are on to item 23, City Attorney.
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor. Item number 23 is discussion and possible action to direct the city administration to work with the Broward County Legislative Delegation and lobbyists in the upcoming 2024 legislative session for the fiscal year 2024-2025 legislative priorities and appropriation requests. It is on the floor as a motion for consideration, item 23, and there may be a speaker on that subject.
So moved.
Commissioner Castillo moved, and second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Schwartz, second. And I was informed earlier that Lauren Jackson from Eric's Consulting is on the line. Are you on the line?
Yes, Vice Mayor, I am.
Oh, okay. I guess you are. So you are just on the line. Should there be any questions from anyone, but otherwise, you're just on the line, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
I think she said yes. Colleagues, discussion? No discussion on the item, colleagues?
No, I don't have it.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Castillo?
Yes.
Commissioner Schwartz?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Seifel?
Yes.
Commissioner Good?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, before we go on to the next, are the reports of the league. Mayor, are you still on the line?
No, he's not. He's not on the line.
I think he's off the line. I will give a quick report. We had Florida League meeting, and again, like everyone else, worked on legislative items and trying to get ourselves organized on initiatives that the Florida League, meaning all of the cities in the state that are near and dear to them, and how we will then break them down and prioritize them. And that was a lot of the discussion. And, you know, a lot of heavy topics out there, you know, insurance, Airbnbs, rent, you know, the rentals, smoking in parks is still some issues. So there are a lot of things that are out there, but as the league is working forward, I will try to share as much as I can with you all. Reports of the city manager.
Yes, Mayor and Commission, I would like to know the availability of you all for next Wednesday. Or Tuesday. It's very important that we schedule an executive session to discuss labor issues.
What's the date for next Wednesday? Is it 25th?
Next Wednesday is the 24th, I believe.
25.
25, okay. Or the whatever day works next week, but it would need to be next week.
Can any of you, well, what time are you looking at, Mr.
You can
Nyza?
do it at any time in this executive session.
How much?
It's private. There's, public is not permitted at it, so it could be any time of the day.
How much time do you?
I can't answer that.
How much time do you think you have? Okay.
I would think it depends on the questions from the commission. We can present what we need to do to the commission probably within 20 minutes.
Okay, so if we're saying perhaps an hour to an hour and a half, can you all please check your calendar for either Tuesday, October 24th?
I would like to know this evening so we know
Okay,
for
well, I'm
sure.
asking them to check their calendars. Wednesday, October 25th, and
Yeah, I can't commit. I wish I would have been prepared had I known you were gonna be asking
I didn't
for it,
know
but
that till today. Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, it's fine, but I need to give you my availability tomorrow morning.
okay, well,
Yeah. So,
The rest of the commission?
we're everybody's pretty open, Mr. Good, Commissioner Good?
Are we talking about the 25th?
The 24th, 25th,
24 or 25.
whatever works.
I can't, well, I won't be able to do it in the early part of the day or before noon on the 24th. And on the
Okay.
25th, we have Booville at 6.
I'm sorry, the 25th, what? I didn't hear
We
you.
have a city event here.
we have a very large city event here on the 25th.
Wednesday, October 25th.
Mhm.
Yes, we do.
Well, that's at night.
Okay.
Just saying, you can't do it.
You said at any time. Well, that's.
Well, what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a night meeting unless that's the only time people are
Well,
available.
okay.
Or 5:30 or 5
Jim,
o'clock or
Jim,
4 o'clock or
colleagues,
4:30.
let me-
It can't,
colleagues,
it's gotta
let me
be
ask-
earlier in the
wait.
day.
Wait, let me
maybe
ask a
4.
question. Tuesday, October 24th, is that a day that you can attend? And if so, what would be your time preference? I know, Commissioner Castillo, you said you were okay for whenever.
I think evening is the easiest time.
Well, Commissioner Good, on the 24th, that Tuesday, is that doable for you? And if so, when?
Anytime after 1 o'clock,
After 1 o'clock?
yes.
Okay.
Madam Vice Mayor, you'll forgive me. I don't usually chime in, but just for the record, the manager and I are in a mediation on the 24th, and we cannot predict when it will end.
Correct.
What-
How can you predict when we'll start?
It
Okay,
starts at 9,
So
and
the
it cannot,
24th is not a good date for,
I apologize.
Okay, so can we back this up and go to October 25th and start all over
I'm
again?
sorry for the interruption, but
can we do it the 23rd?
Or the 23rd, which is a Monday?
Again, I need to give the manager I will know that in the morning, first thing in the
No, I
morning.
understand that, I understand that.
All
I'm
right,
trying to see.
it's difficult for me to do it this way, but I'll send an email out in the morning. give some series of, dates and times
Okay,
and see how we get a consensus.
Yeah, yeah, I will do my absolute best.
Okay.
I just can't do it at the
okay, well,
moment.
you'll let them know what you can, and we'll see how we can work to accommodate
And to the city
everybody.
manager, if you don't mind, at least for my calendar, I know that I keep my, even my personal on my calendar as just a blanked out space, so if you could check with the secretary on my calendar as well,
That's fine.
because Monday I have several issues too.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I have just one other item, just as an announcement. I know I had mentioned to you that we were in the process of setting up a workshop for the commission regarding recycling and solid waste in November. The week that we thought we had it available, there were two conflicts, so we're going to be picking a date in December, and we'll talk to everybody about that at that time.
Okay. City Attorney, a report?
Just briefly, Madam Vice Mayor and Commission, there are several pending litigation matters which I'll consult with you on an individual basis, but much of which has been delivered through public record pleadings. Otherwise, I'll confer with you independently offline. But thank you for the opportunity tonight. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. Next item is commission item, and this was actually Mayor Ordus's item, so I will read it into the record for him. Discussion and possible action to approve a co-sponsorship and funding for the Pooches and Pines Cocktails for Tales event on Saturday, November 11th, 2023, in the amount of $5,000.
I'll move it.
Vice Mayor?
Okay, I moved by,
I'll move it, but the manager may have an update for us.
okay. City Manager, you have an update?
Well, the only thing, the event is going to take place, but it's been postponed. It's
Right.
not going to be in November. It'll probably be after the first of the year.
Right.
All right, so then I think, would it be wise then to just bring this back when a date is chosen?
Yes.
Or do we want to go ahead and,
We could
Vote
do
to
that.
support.
As soon as we know a date, probably that would
Bring
be
it
better.
back?
And just bring it back.
okay, so this item is basically moot for us. We're not moving forward on any of it, correct?
Correct.
Okay. New business?
Yes, Vice Mayor, if I may, just real quick. just
Commissioner
sort of-
Good, new business?
Yes, real quick, easy thing. And to my colleagues, is there any reason why we need to keep these plexiglass windows up? Can we have them removed? I mean,
I thought
does
about
anybody
that.
agree to that?
I thought about that
I like
today when
mine.
the one that used to be here, I saw it in the back room.
I like it on both.
Well,
Well, you can keep yours up, but I mean, it really interferes with my vision
Well,
with the
then we
public,
can
like
remove
tremendously.
them. If
Commissioner
that's-
Good.
Does everybody want theirs removed?
Listen, the mayor said he couldn't hear me when I was sitting to his right, and then he couldn't hear me when I was sitting to the left. That's why we don't have it coordinated. So let's just get rid of it so I
All
don't have
right,
to hear
does
about it.
everybody want it removed? Is everybody okay with removing the glass?
I will miss mine, but I think it should go.
You're gonna miss it a lot.
Thank you.
I need
Commissioner Good, yes?
separation.
Yes.
Commissioner Schwartz on your left,
Yes.
city manager on left and right,
I'll think about it.
city
But
attorney
yes,
left
we're
and right.
I support the majority of the commission.
Oh, man, what an
Oh,
answer.
look at you.
What an answer.
Yeah, right.
City clerk,
Look, she can keep
Wait a
hers
minute.
on if she would like.
city clerk may like to have hers.
politicians.
Leave hers up.
As a matter of fact, why don't we just put all the glass together so she doesn't have to, deal with it like that?
You can put sheets in between, we have to see it.
That's
maybe.
right.
Okay.
Put a curtain,
Okay,
a
that's-
shade, just pull it down.
New business, that's our any other new business? Any old business? Hearing none, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? No?
So moved.
Yay? We're good. Good night, everybody.
Madam Vice Mayor.
See us on